Hello, this is Iron Bill, back again with another video. It's been a couple weeks since I've put anything up, and it's mainly because I've been trying to grind out my power level so that I would be high enough to be able to do, say for instance, trials or whatever, and that wasn't successful, and I see a little bit of a problem with the seasonal model that I won't go too much into, but if I understand this correctly, in about 2 weeks we're going to reset and raise our power level up again to another 50. And I still haven't power capped yet. And as basically a solo player, it's now more difficult than ever to power cap because the pinnacle drops aren't as easy to acquire for the solo player because most of the pinnacle opportunities are behind co-op. And I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. I think from a PvE standpoint, it is kind of good because you've always got something to work for, but it's kind of bad because it's a never-ending treadmill. And also, this is the first time I don't think I'm going to be able to max out. I don't think I'm going to get it done. And I play a lot, so you can argue, and I was talking with a friend last night about this, and you can argue that if I'm not going to do the in-game co-op stuff, I don't deserve to be at the highest level. I mean, I suppose, that's probably true. Uh, but, it is a change, whether it's good or bad. I mean, that is what it is. So, anyway, a bit of a distraction. Maybe I shouldn't focus on that, but we all have those sticking points, and we find those things that are important to us and those that aren't. And from an older player standpoint, you take what victories you can get, and as you get older, there are things that are taken away from you that you can never get back. It's a natural part of the aging process. And this kind of strikes me as one of those things. It's just another thing that I can't do anymore. And so I don't know. I don't know what I think about it. But, I'm a nearly 63-year-old man who's playing video games. So, I mean, what can I expect? So today I did get some Iron Banner last night. I kind of messed it up. I didn't read, and I always do this. I always run the first few matches without reading which classes you're supposed to be in order to get the rank. So I won 4 out of 5 matches and had a pretty good evening of it for me, especially not having played PvP in the better part of a month and and a wasted the effort. And, I'll reset it, and it'll just be a hard slog from here on out. But if you don't know, also, Iron Banner's going to run for 2 weeks this time. So if there is any opportunity to pinnacle, it'll be here. But my guess is that they've probably taken the pinnacles out of this as well. And it's just going to be drops, but they won't be pinnacle drops. So used to in the old days, this was how you got yourself ranked up fast. You played Iron Banner. It was one of the big draws to it. And it'll be interesting to see as this plays out whether that's the case or not. Right now on my Titan, all I need is a bond and primary weapon, and I would be level cap. But the pinnacles I'm getting keep dropping in the same place. So that's a long prequel to the video. I want to talk about what I'm doing here. I'm doing Prismatic Titan. Yeah, that's right, I'm off the Warlock. And I'm just doing this because this is the character I'm trying to max out. And what I'm running here is I'm doing the Glacial Quake with Knockout and Diamond Lance. I'm running the Glacier Grenade and the Hammer Strike. Strafe Lift, Facet of Ruin, Facet of Blessing, Facet of Courage, Facet of Protection, and Facet of Awakening. This is in no way optimized, all right? I don't know if there are better settings or not, because really I play this character sparingly, and I've not gotten into it enough to know what I really want to build craft into. The other thing that happened was I found out that the I don't even know what you want to call it, the kiosk and the between the two vaults where you can get the old weapons, if you can buy them, they're selling Wicked Implement, and I did not have that yet, and I thought, I'm going to buy that. I'm going to take that in. What the heck? It's a 180 scout. It slows the enemy on consistent critical hits, so I'm thinking, okay, so I'll go Stasis Titan, here, and I will just build into that a little bit. Also, a heliocentric hammerhead as my backups, and syntheseps for my exotic, and that's really about it. So let's get into gameplay. And I played 5 games with this, by the way, and I landed on this map, Exodus Blue, of all places. And if you know Exodus Blue, you know this is not a map you really want to be carrying a scout rifle into. It's a close quarters map, really more of a shotgun, hand cannon map. And what I'm working on right now is I got the catalyst in the first match, and I'm thinking, well, I'm just going to go ahead and ride this out. I was just going to try it and see what I thought of it, but I decided since I had the catalyst, I might as well just use it and work towards it. A 180 Scout is definitely not meta by any stretch of the imagination. There are all kinds of things, pulse rifles, hand cannons, that'll eat your lunch on this. But I thought, let's just, I mean, what do I care? Let's just play it out. The fight's usually over B. It's already there. This guy slid past me. You can see right there that that was not a good combination. He comes right back out realizing I had a scout. He did the smart thing and he pressed. I should have jumped. I should have gone vertical. I should have done something. But, you know, obviously I'm way out of practice. Okay, so running towards C. I've got a teammate there. We got a guy to the left. There he is. Okay, I'm shooting my teammate. We got another guy here. I don't know if that... See, I don't know if that's a clone. It probably is because it's not moving. And we're going to take C. That's something that is really... I saw a lot of yesterday. Lots of clones. A lot of clone spam again. And having briefly looked at the hunter, I can understand that. Okay, so there's a kill. Now, if I'm going to have any success with this thing at all, I'm going to have to lane with it. I mean, there's just no getting around it. I've got people behind me, yeah, I don't see it on the radar. He's blanking around. I love it. You know, I always see it after the fact. You know, I'm so intent on getting lined up that I'm just not even looking at the radar. Okay, I'll grab the heavy. B is ours, or not ours, I'm sorry. I don't know why I didn't go for it. So I've got all these guys there, and that was a recipe for disaster. I sat out there in the middle because I've got my heavy, and why wouldn't you sit out in the middle? You know. And I'm dying a lot, you know, which I expected with that scout. I thought, okay, this is going to be a rough go. You know, can I get my feet under me and figure this out? I didn't want to abandon the scout right away because you're never going to learn anything if you take a few, you know, deaths and then just quit. You know, you've got to kind of hang in there and give something a fair chance. And I'm just looking for the lines where people typically jump in and out. Okay, this guy is really making meals in and out of this area. I'm in a bad spot because they're going to collapse on me from the left there. I can feel it. And he's kind of got a couple of hits on me. Put a wall up. There we go. And I played that better. Now I'm still in a bad spot. I'm going to kill the ice there. Probably shouldn't have. I probably should have just kept it there. It would have prevented them from jumping in on me, but I thought if I broke it, it might hurt them, and that was just the wrong play. And that's my inexperience playing Glacial Quake. I'm not that experienced with the Stasis Titan. Okay, won that duel, get out. Of course, this guy's going to pursue me, and he should. Now, I don't understand why that didn't kill him. I mean, I was hurt, but I don't understand why that charge didn't kill him. He might have been radiant. I mean, it's possible. But I thought, well, you know, if that shoulder charge is going to lose against a hunter, you know, melee, that's kind of BS. So I'm looking at the film. It looked like I was hurt a little bit. So I understand a little bit better now. But at the time, I was thinking that's not even right. Okay, so I'm trying to play a little shelter here. Watch the line there and see if I can pick somebody off coming out of the break in the wall there, but no one came. Gonna have to get into the play. There's a fellow here. Help team shoot him down. This guy's gonna jump over. It's what he's been doing. Been just looking for it. There he is. Got him. And they're gonna come for this. There's one. And you see, I'm rather than trying to force forward play with this weapon on this short map, I'm doing a little bit better just by holding back a little bit. I mean, because they're going to come through here. This guy has just been running in and out of this area. All I've got to do is just wait. And there he is again. All right. So waiting it out, there he is. There's a new guy. And I'm starting to settle in. Starting to finally make something happen. Okay, they know I'm here. Win that duel. I played cover a lot better that time. And this is oftentimes what happens when I play is I'll make a lot of mistakes on a map. And by the end of the match, I'm doing a lot better about actually playing the way I should. Now this time I'm going into the super. I left it because I knew he had the super. But, I've not played against that void titan enough to know that those axes really lay out there for a long time. And I came back around to kill him with a Helio, and he, of course, is holding an axe. So, I got what I deserved. And it's just going to take some getting used to with this new sort of combination of abilities. I mean, figuring out what people can and cannot do. Now, I hung in there to help kill that super, but I'm in a bad spot again. I think our spawn is flipped, is what's happened. Look at me swinging at the guy with Syntheseps. You would think I would leap forward, but no. Spawn got flipped on us again, and that happens. If I try to take a position and hold a zone, my teammates will flip a spawn every time. Every single time. A lot of my deaths happen that way. So see, if I'm trying to lock down this area, next thing I know, I've got people in front of me, and then all of a sudden, all the radar lights up behind me. And that's when I know I have to just play what my team does. I'm not going to have any choice. There's my super. Let's see if I can go clean B off. They're all on the outside, so I'm going to run straight at them like an idiot. You're not invulnerable with this. You can get shot out of it. Grenaded, shot out of it, whatever. Which I found out the hard way, of course. I've got to get better about throwing the ice forward. There's a super that I did at one point in time when I probably would have killed the two guys in front of me if I didn't just run at them. If I'd thrown the heavy blast at them, I would have at least put up some ice and it would have protected me. And again, that's inexperience. All right, so here we go. We're getting the zone. It's a close match. I will say that we're pretty evenly matched. And playing a little bit of the inside here, so they've got to cover some space to get to me. I've got heavy. I know they're going to come. There's one. And I do love the Hammerhead. Hammerhead is such a good gun. I'm going to back up because they're starting to collapse on that. I've got 18 rounds left. And I know they're going to come. And if I was a better shot, I would have really done a nice thing here. There's one. 13 rounds. Okay, and I just left that guy just a sliver. But, you see my health there. If I'd hung out there too much longer against the two of them, they would have taken me down. But I did keep them off long enough, and this was the real goal. They couldn't get C. And notice that they're ahead, 127, 131, and we triple cap. And it may look like, and I really wasn't getting a lot of kills there, but I was tactically playing what I should have been doing, and that is keeping them off that zone long enough for us to triple cap. And that ultimately, not because just me, of course, but because we were able to triple cap, we flipped that score right at the end, and we won. So there were some good things there. Obviously, I did a lot of really dumb things like I typically do. And I've got a lot to learn if I'm going to play that class and I'm going to play that loadout. And obviously, I'm playing from a disadvantage playing that gun. That was so not the weapon. A submachine gun would have been a ton better on that map. I might have been able to clean up with a good stasis submachine gun. Unending Tempest, for instance, might have done very well there. But, I got 18 at 2.25. I'm near the bottom of the board, but I would expect that to be the case given how little I've played PvP. It was a close match. I don't think that anyone, had an especially bad time there from the looks of things. So that's when PvP is best to me. It was a good match. Win or lose, it was a good match. So I enjoyed that very much. And really, the bulk of my play last night, I think we had I played one match that ended short. And you know, it really wasn't that bad. You know, it just we got on a run and basically, you know, Shaq's ended it. So that happened from the midway of the match on. It happened actually rather late, which is weird, but it did. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the play. I am going to try to make a couple of videos a week again, especially during Iron Banner. There are lots of opportunities to play. It's a slow week for PvE. There isn't a lot of new. I think this is kind of the gap until the next episode begins. And I think that's why they did Iron Banner for 2 weeks, as a matter of fact. I'm sorry for you Trials people. I know that's kind of a bad deal there, but you know, hopefully it's okay. Anyway, we're all getting used to this new thing. So I'd like to thank you for watching. This is Iron Bill signing out.